afternoon. I'm Professor Wernicke. Welcome to my home office. I actually teach for the Brown School of Business and Leadership at Stevenson University. And I welcome you to what has become my home office for my classes for the remainder of this semester. So I teach accounting, business, finance courses, and I wanted to tell you a few things. So first of all, why choose accounting? Secondly, why choose Stevenson University's accounting program? I will tell you a little bit about my own background and encourage you to visit me on YouTube, where you will find this video as well. So a little bit about my background. So I was an accounting major in college, although when I went undergrad, I didn't even know what accounting was. I was a business administration major, and I took a couple of the introductory accounting courses, and I liked them, and I changed my major because I heard that the accounting firms and jobs were aplenty, and this was a long time ago. And by the way, folks, that has not changed. In any event, I worked for Ernst & Young right out of college. They're probably one of the top 2 auditing and accounting firms in the world. And I was an auditor for them for 5 years. And in the course of doing those audits, I learned a lot about businesses. I learned a lot about people. And frankly, it got pretty interesting. I could tell by the way people interacted with me when I went to visit a client if they were doing well. If they said good morning to me and they were cheerful and very friendly, I knew that business was doing well. If I saw people looking on the floor, shuffling their feet, eating all day, not so good. So after I spent 5 years in the auditing world, I took a job as a chief financial officer of a mid-sized manufacturing company in Baltimore. And after serving there for a number of years, I took another chief financial officer job at a private boys' school in Baltimore, and ultimately ended up taking a president's position at a girls' school in Baltimore. And during that time, I went back and got my master's degree and ultimately got my PhD. And I've been teaching at Stevenson University, first as an adjunct and now full-time since 2011. And why am I telling you all of this about myself? Well, so you would know or get a sense of the fact that as an accounting major, you have such a wide range of things that you can do. So that was really a segue to why accounting. So first let me say that I think it's great that you're thinking about accounting. And accounting does not need to be this notion of I'm in an office by myself all day crunching numbers. Anything but. That job I talked to you about at Ernst & Young, I was out meeting people and going to different companies all the time. I didn't even have an office at Ernst & Young. What I had were offices at the clients. So I think that people misunderstand what accounting actually is. Another thing, it's a fabulous background. So even if you decide, well, auditing or working in accounting department isn't for me, guess what? Everyone needs to know about money, because I know you're going to be successful no matter what you do, and you're going to want to be able to invest that money that you make in buying stocks in other companies. Well, guess what? You need to read their financial statements. How are you going to do that? That's right. We're going to use our accounting background. So you see, it comes full circle. No matter what you choose to do, it is a fabulous background. Okay, so now that we've established that accounting is definitely a great field, and by the way, during a pandemic, and I know it's very sad, so many people are unemployed, but guess who's not unemployed? Yeah, you guessed it, the accountants. Accountants are busier than ever. So the point is, if things are great, if things are terrible, anything in between, there are jobs for people who understand finance, who understand money. So the question then really is, now that we've established that you need to be an accounting major, where should you go? So, to be fair, all the colleges that offer accounting as a major have the same basic courses. Why? You need those courses to sit for the Certified Public Accountant CPA exam. So actually, we in higher education are required to teach you the courses that you need to sit for the exam when we say we have an accounting major. So how can you decide which school to go to? Well, there's a few things about Stevenson that do set us apart. First of all, as I've said about myself and the other folks who teach accounting and business, we have done what we teach. We have done what we teach. That is fairly unique because you can get your doctorate in accounting and never have been an accountant. In fact, many people who have a PhD in accounting aren't even CPAs. So, when I teach auditing, and I hope you all will join me in my class someday, as I said, I was an auditor for 5 years. I bring to my class all sorts of examples of real world experiences. So that is invaluable. Secondly, what about those class sizes? That's right, they're really small. So if you want to hide in the back of a room and not be called on and not be noticed, Stevens is probably not a good fit because our class sizes are small, we know our students, we talk to them, they talk to us. It is a very close-knit community. And thirdly, and most importantly, we have 100% of our accounting graduates have jobs when they graduate. And frankly, they have multiple offers. It isn't like, oh, I got one job. It's more like I chose which offer I wanted to take. So, we have an accounting association, which is a great group. I'm actually the moderator, and we have meetings monthly. We have a fair once a year. Over 40 employers came to the fair last September and the September before. They were extremely impressed, and we have all the grades come, freshmen, sophomore, junior, seniors. And these businesses, accounting, and it's not just accounting firms, businesses, Lockheed Martin, Avalon, T. Rowe Price, they're coming too. The word on the street is Stevenson grads are excellent, and so people want to hire our graduates. So with all that said, and keeping this video not so long, I would simply say to you, if you'd like to see how I teach, you can find me on YouTube. Ever since third week of March, my classes have been online, and so you can see my managerial accounting classes and some of my financial modeling classes. They're all open to the public, and I encourage you to visit me, but more importantly, I encourage you to come and enroll at Stevenson University in the Brown School of Business and Leadership.